With the tragic news of Johnny Depp being dropped from the Fantastic Beasts franchise as Gellert Grindelwald and Colin Farrell unable to take this role because of his duties as the Penguin in the Batman, we are now left guessing on who would take the role of the Dark Wizard. Hello everyone and welcome to my secret base. My name is Eddie and in today's video I take a look at 5 actors who could take over as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. I would like to caveat that at the moment there seems to be a choice for Grindelwald but it's not fully confirmed. So if it's not fully confirmed, this video then becomes 5 actors who could have played Grindelwald. Let's get started. Let's begin with one of the longest shots in this video, at least in my opinion, but I believe that Betty White, okay, it's not her, but close to her, because it's Robbie Downey Jr. Robbie Downey Jr. will be an incredible replacement for Johnny Depp. For one, RDJ is one of the most loved actors in Hollywood, and certainly with the drama and controversy surrounding the recast, they had to get someone that's one, a good actor, and 2, someone that's universally loved. Which is exactly what you get from RDJ. The man just exudes charisma, is extremely marketable, and will very likely calm the storm. Not only that, RDJ's experience on working on big universe franchise will surely come in handy, since this role in the Harry Potter prequel series is basically adding more depth to the existing story. His charisma will also translate very well into the character of Grindelwald, as the man is the leader of a cult and is something that RDJ will be able to adapt to from the get-go. Michael Fassbender is one of the best actors around at the moment and is someone that has quite a presence in any scene he's on, regardless of whether he's the main focus or not. He would do incredibly well as Grindelwald, and in that regard, Grindelwald is a character that needs to have a huge presence in any scene he's a part of. In addition to this, Fassbender excels at playing villains and tends to be the highlight of any project he's in. Look no further than his role as Magneto in the X-Men franchise. Even in movies which were not well received by audiences such as Apocalypse, Fassbender managed not only to stand out, but become one of the most positive parts of such films. Considering that he took over the role from the legendary Ian McKellen and managed to get such high regards from the fan base, should be a testament as of why he will be able to take on the role from Depp and deliver a great performance. Before we continue, please remember to like, subscribe, and to turn on those notifications. Alright? Done? Let's continue! Speaking of X-Men, here's Fassbender's counterpart in that same franchise, James McAvoy, who in the X-Men franchise plays Professor X, also taking over the role from legendary actor Patrick Stewart. However, his X-Men role is actually not why I added him to this list, but rather his other iconic roles, such as his iconic role as Kevin Crumb or the Beast in M. Night Shyamalan's Split and Glass, as well as his role as the ruthless heretic looking to destroy God himself in HBO's His Dark Materials series. The experience in these roles will help him take over as Grindelwald, which by all accounts isn't an unhinged maniac, but rather an expert tactician who built a cult personality around himself and whose followers are willing to do anything and everything for him. Alas, don't let his calm demeanor fool you either, because under all that lies an uncontrollable rage that's always ready to explode. McAvoy is someone who would do a magnificent job with this character and is something that I would love to see play out. Nikolaj CosterWaldau is most famous for playing Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. Nikolaj is also one of the favorites among the Wizarding World fandom after Colin Farrell. Gellert Grindelwald is quite an evil dark wizard who was said to have committed countless atrocities in his time. However, Before that, he was simply a man with a point of view which, while extreme, still made enough sense in the eyes of some, including Dumbledore. That is, until he went full dark wizard. This may sound familiar, as it's essentially the reverse of Jaime Lannister's story, as he went from a tyrant who committed countless atrocities to a man with a dark past whose current intentions are questionable but understandable in the eyes of some. Lastly, here is one that nobody has talked about, and while he may not get the role or even be considered, I think that Leonardo DiCaprio would be perfect as Grindelwald. Leo, who by all accounts could be considered the greatest actor of our generation, would absolutely kill it in the role of the Dark Wizard. The king of memes will have no trouble adapting to the character, as in his career he's played essentially every single type of character. This will not only breathe life into the character after all the controversy surrounding it at the moment, but it will revitalize the entire franchise. Which, let's be honest, while I enjoyed all the movies so far, it really hasn't gotten the same hype as the Harry Potter movies. DiCaprio will not only add an incredible amount of depth to the character, but also legitimacy. Well, that is all for this week. Who do you think should replace Depp in the role of Grindelwald? And if he already has been replaced, what do you think of the new replacement? Will you have liked some of the ones on the list better? Or will you like someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out even more content on the screen right now and like me on Facebook. The link is in the description. See ya!